Ah, my friend, let me ask you something. Have you ever realized how much time you lose staring at a screen? Hours, maybe even days, slipping quietly away while your life waits for you to live it. We all say, I'll just check this quickly. And suddenly, the day is gone. I've been there, trapped in endless scrolling, watching my life drift past me. Today, I want to tell you exactly what I did to finally break free. Not tricks, not gimmicks, real strategies that worked. Stay with me, because by the end, you will look at your screen differently, and maybe, just maybe, take back your life. Part 1. Understanding the problem, the hidden trap. The first step, my friend, is understanding why this addiction exists. It's not about willpower or weakness. Our brains are wired for reward. Every notification, every like, every little ping triggers dopamine, the pleasure chemical. It's a tiny hit of joy that keeps us coming back, and the more you feed this habit, the more your brain craves it. I remember seeing my daily screen time report for the first time. Hundreds of minutes, sometimes over 10 hours a day. I was shocked, and yet I didn't feel powerless. I felt aware. Awareness is the first key. You cannot change what you do not understand. Here's a lesson. Measure your time. Don't just assume you spend too much time online. See the numbers? Numbers don't lie. I started keeping a journal, noting when I picked up my phone, why I did it, how I felt. I noticed patterns, boredom, anxiety, even loneliness. The screen wasn't my friend. It was a filler for something missing. Once you recognize the trap, you can start planning your escape. But knowing the problem isn't enough. Next, I had to replace this habit with something that truly filled me. And that's what I'll show you. Part 2. Replacing the habit. What to do. Instead, here's the truth. You cannot just remove screens and expect freedom. If you do, your brain will rebel, and you'll return to old patterns. You must replace the habit with something equal or greater in value. I started small. Every time I felt the urge to scroll, I reached for a book. At first it was hard. My fingers itched for the phone. But slowly, the pages started giving me something the screen never did. Depth, knowledge, and peace. I also added walking. Simple walks outside, no music, no phone, just observing the world, birds, wind, people going about their lives. It sounds trivial, but these walks became sacred. And slowly, I started noticing my attention span returning. I was no longer glued to a tiny rectangle. I was present in the world. Here's a practical example. If you usually spend 30 minutes on Instagram before bed, replace it with 15 minutes of reading and 15 minutes writing down your thoughts or goals. Your brain will eventually start craving growth instead of distraction. Habits compound, my friend. Small, consistent actions create enormous change over time. But here's where most people fail. They try discipline without support. What I did next is what really transformed my life. Part 3. Discipline plus environment equals freedom. Discipline alone is fragile. You might resist for a day, 2, maybe a week. But eventually, your environment will win. Phones left on your desk, apps loaded with notifications, the TV running in the background, all of these pull your attention like gravity. So I did something drastic. I redesigned my environment. I removed notifications. I hid time-wasting apps. I left my phone in another room while working. My workspace became sacred, built for focus and creation, not distraction. Lesson: the environment is your invisible hand. Shape it, and your habits will follow. I noticed within days that I could work for hours uninterrupted. I even started hobbies I had abandoned. drawing, writing, planning projects. The simple act of changing my environment shifted my life. Your environment can either enslave you or set you free. Small tweaks compound massively over time. But even with awareness, habit replacement, and a disciplined environment, there was one final key, and this one is about your mindset. Part 4. Purpose over pleasure. The mindset shift. Now we arrive at the heart of freedom. Screens are addictive because they offer instant pleasure, fast dopamine hits. But real life, meaningful life, requires effort. It requires delayed gratification, focus, and purpose. I realized that every time I mindlessly scrolled, I was running away from life. The phone was my escape from boredom, fear, or uncertainty. To defeat it, I had to chase life instead of fleeing it. So I wrote down my purpose, what I wanted to create, to achieve, to contribute. Every hour spent on meaningful activity, at building a skill, helping someone, creating something, replaced the shallow pleasure of scrolling. The mind wants stimulation, yes, but you can teach it to crave purpose instead of distraction. I can tell you from experience, when your life is rich with meaning, the screen loses its power. You are free not because you fight it, but because your attention has been captured by something far more valuable. And now, my friend, let me summarize how all these pieces fit together, so you too can take control of your attention and your life. Let's recap. Awareness, understanding why you're addicted. Replacement, filling that void with growth and creation. Discipline and environment, making it easy for your mind to stay focused. Purpose, chasing something bigger than instant pleasure. These are the pillars that freed me. It wasn't instant. It took consistent effort, setbacks, and persistence. But over time, freedom came. My mind felt alive, my energy returned, and I stopped being a prisoner of a screen. I became the master of my own time, my own focus, and ultimately, my own life. Lesson: don't blame yourself. Don't feel guilty. Understand the system. Take control. Create your environment. Replace empty habits with meaningful actions, and pursue a purpose that excites you. Your freedom is waiting. All you need is to take the first step. If you found value in this, share it with someone struggling with screens. Comment below with the first small step you'll take today, and subscribe, because your life is waiting for you, free from the distraction that holds you back. Remember, my friend, time is your most precious resource. Don't let it slip away.